Um, Today we have a great show for you, and actually it's our big giveaway show. As you can see, we got some great prizes to give away. Actually, that is Oprah, but we do actually have some good giveaways for you today. And I actually want to move on to our special guest today. As you know, I had the honor to introduce the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Don Tucker. Not only is he the manager of general services staff here at the Authority, but he's also the reigning champion of the United Way Games 3 years running. I think that's pretty impressive. That deserves a round of applause. But today on our show, we're going to find out what exactly drives that competitive spirit and try and spread it amongst the rest of us throughout the United Way campaign. So I'd like to welcome Don up, and we're going to do a little interview to get a little bit of insight as to that successes that you've had. Come on up,
Don. Okay.
I promise go easy on you. No.
Is this a volunteer for this, or were you
I was
handpicked,
voluntold. No, I'm just kidding. No, I volunteered.
Well, you're part of Northern Region, and that automatically puts me on high alert. So
We got him nervous. That's just where we want him, definitely. So Don, I'm sure this competitive spirit started at a very young age. It's just inside you. Do you recall any specific childhood experiences that helped contribute to maybe some of your successes?
Well, now, you want the truth. No exaggerations, I assume. The truth.
Are you able to do that without exaggeration?
But, truthfully, I'm just a natural athlete. I was born with a lot of athletic ability, quick on my feet, great hand-eye coordination, just quick and gentle, pretty strong, and tenacious. So, I mean, I was just born that way.
You're a natural. You're a natural.
Like I say, you wanted the truth, and so I'm giving it to you.
Nothing but the truth. Thank you. So, as far as your team, what exactly are you looking for in your team this year? You know, I hear Tony Romo's looking for a job.
We want team players, and those that are going to play fair, but be competitive. And we've been fortunate in the last 3 years, honestly, to get a bunch of people. And of course, the teams change every year. But we want to be fair and competitive, and that's what we're looking for. Team players.
Fantastic. So, how exactly have you been training?
Let me say this. I noticed on the team that the blue team, which I'm part of, we've got a mix, 24 people on that team. We've got 9 of those in construction services, and so construction services has always been great members, because even though they don't come up here often because they're out in the field working, they're great contributors, and they try to help the team in every way. So we're lucky to have that many. Of course, this is a random selection. It just turned out that way, but I want to say that even though you don't get to see a lot of construction during the 2-week campaign, they have always been very supportive.
So, have you been doing any special training in the off season since last year's games?
I've been doing a lot of weightlifting. I've always been into weightlifting, and I think muscle tone, muscle mass is really important. So I've always worked on that. So,
Well, the rumor has it that you crashed a couple 5-year-old birthday parties at the local Chuck E. Cheese in preparation for this. What do you have to say about those rumors?
well, I didn't know I was being watched, but yeah. Those arcade games are great for getting prepared for this. And, you know, air hockey, basketball. I have done a little shooting and playing here recently.
All right.
But I mean, that's the way it should be. I would assume others are doing the same thing.
Knocking off 5-year-old birthday
Oh,
parties?
well.
Oh. So is there a special diet that you encourage for your team to stay in peak condition throughout the games? Like, you know, do you make them come in each morning and drink the raw eggs, Rocky Balboa style?
You know, protein drink. Of course, I try to do that every day. But I'd say the most important thing would be a carrot diet. Are you familiar with the carrot diet?
Well, I eat carrots. They're in my diet.
Well, there's a carrot diet, and you actually on that diet you fast until you lose consciousness, and then when you regain consciousness, you eat a carrot stick, and you start fasting again. And I guarantee you, the pounds just drop off. And of course, carrots are good for your eyesight too, so you get a double whammy there. That's what I
But you can't see
fall
if
back
you're
on.
passed out. So
Yeah.
I don't know how much that eyesight's going to help.
Well, you can tell it's worked for me.
So your teams, 3 years straight, champions of the United Way Games. In order to keep that going for the 4th year, what is your strategy this year to win?
Well, as I said, we've been lucky. We've been fortunate. We started, actually, you know, I've been competing with United Way in our campaign for years, but I didn't start winning until about, I don't know, 3 years ago. I came in second place a lot at the teams I was on, but about the time Fiona showed up, we started winning, you know, and, you know, Fiona's an Aggie, and I mean, nothing personal here, okay, but Aggies are kind of slow-moving targets, and so that's helped a lot. So I can't take all the credit. She deserves some of it.
So would you say Fiona is your main rival?
No, I mean, all of these, you know, you got 5 teams, and the other 4, I looked at the way the teams are all lined out, and I think they've got some, all the teams are good. Fiona deserves watching. You know, you've got to, fortunately this year, we have an auditor that's involved in the campaign looking at it, and we've got a lawyer. So that makes me feel a lot better in competing against Fiona.
So there'll be some good, clean games.
Yes, yes.
All right. So, Don, if Hollywood made a movie out of your life and your successes, who would play the lead role as you?
Probably in my younger days, it would be maybe Bradley Cooper.
Wait.
I mean, if, you know,
Don't you think he's a little tall for you?
not necessarily. I mean, there's some similarities. You know, he's got women hanging all over him, and when I was that age, I did too. So, you know, as you get older, I'd say maybe George C. Scott. You know, when he was playing Patton, I identified with that. And so anyway, I'd say I really like Bradley Cooper. He reminds me of my younger days.
Very nice. So I noticed we have a new game this year, the air hockey table. Word on the street is that it was acquired at a local garage sale. That
Yes.
wouldn't happen to have been your garage, would it?
No, it's been in my garage, but I didn't build it. Actually, I was up here working on a Saturday for a short time, and I drove by, and a couple of blocks from here, there was a air hockey game on the outside on the lawn. It was a yard sale, and we made a good deal. So, you know, that's a new game we got.
Fantastic. I'm looking forward to the air hockey.
Yeah, and it works. I've been using it quite a bit for it. And skee ball. We got skee ball, and I had a lot of people asking for that. So we got 4 big games out there: basketball, ping pong, skee ball, air hockey, and then golf out there in the hallway.
Fantastic, fantastic. So, you've been suspected of cheating in the past. We all have heard the rumors and the chatter about cheating. What is your response to these allegations?
Cheating?
Or is it true?
Are you talking about recently? You know, there's a lot of jealousy. I don't think anybody's ever shown that there was ever any money changing hands. So I just say, it's just jealousy. We play clean, we play tough, and we watch what's going on around us. So, you know, situational awareness is really important in this game.
Excellent. So, we just so happened to contact a few of your past rivals to hear what they had to say about these past suspicions. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Hi, welcome to the 2016 United Way campaign. We are interviewing the other team leaders to see what their strategy is this year to beat Don.
You know, there's been a lot of talk and innuendos about how Don's been cheating and how he's been manipulating the game. Yeah, I don't think that's necessarily the case any more than Bertie Madoff did, any more than the guys at Enron did. So if we're ready to throw those guys under the bus, then yeah, maybe it hasn't all been above the board with Don. But Don, I understand that this year the rules are going to change so that it's not so much up to how the rules of the game are manipulated. It's more up to the individual talent of the people that are involved. And I think that's going to change the underlying dynamic 100%.
Okay, so Don's been winning this contest for the last few years. What do you have to say to Don?
I want to say, Don, when I get as old as you, maybe I'll win, because that experience sure is doing you well. But I do have a strategy. It involves darts, the game I beat you at last time, to win, and I'm ready to get that trophy back. I'm going to be throwing some darts, and I'm not saying where, but be ready.
So, Don's been winning the last couple of years. What is your strategy?
Don Tucker, as any good Aggie would say, beat the hell out of Don Tucker. That's what happened this year. Apple pie, USA, you're Satan, you're done.
See what I'm talking about here?
Okay, so Don's been winning this the last few years. What do you have to say to Don?
After years of dastardly tactics, we're ready to retake this trophy. This is my year, Don.
Okay, since Don wins every year, what do you have to say to him?
Well, Don, you know, I try changing the rules. I do everything I can to try to make this game fair. But you still find some way around all that and find some way to take advantage of the rules. But I will tell all the EMs out there that he doesn't cheat. Don does not cheat, no matter what anyone says, because I watch it very carefully. I mean, the integrity of these games have to be maintained. So we've added more games this year. We've kind of changed the scoring. We've got independent people, including the internal auditor, who's going to be keeping track of exactly what the score is and when it is, but we're not going to tell everybody. So the gaming of the scores and all will just have to be left to chance. So if you want to wait till the end to get all your pledges in, well, you can do that, but somebody else may be doing the same thing. And everyone's just going to have to be guessing where the scores are, because we're only going to post them about 2 or 3 times during the games. And at the end, we're going to be giving awards to people for having the highest scores individually. And so we're going to have people competing still towards the end, and you'll not know whether they've got, you know, extra points racked away or not. So Don, I think we'll be able to take care of that. But if I have to become the final arbiter on this, I have my gavel, and I can gavel down and I can change the rules at the end if I need to, if it's not competitive. So I always reserve that right, and I intend to use it quite liberally this year if it's necessary. So with that, I guess I'll finish off with just one little ditty that I've sung a few times that you didn't know about, but I'm going to go ahead and do it for the rest of the staff because I think it's important. Old Dan Tucker was a fine old man. He washed his face in a frying pan. He combed his hair with a wagon's wheel. Died with a boot ache in his heel. Get out the way for old Don Tucker. He's too late to get his supper. Supper is over and dinner is a-cooking. Old Don Tucker just standing there looking.
Wow! You had to pick something that had old in it. But that doesn't bother me. See, that's a lot of this, not with Kevin, but the rest of them, you can see the jealousy just seeping out of him.
Well, Don, are there any last words of wisdom you'd like to leave with us today?
Well, you know, for the white team, the green team, the red team, and the black team, you better get after it. Because we're going to be coming anyway. You know, seriously, and I do mean seriously, this organization has supported United Way for a long time. Last year, we contributed $41,000 in this building, $50,000 authority-wide. There's 42 agencies that it supports in Tarrant County. You take that $19,000 is the goal. You take it out of the mix of our community, and we've got a much better community, and there's still a great need out there. We've got a much better community because of United Way. And so anyway, I think it's great, and nobody's perfect, but they have a committee that allocates the money. I think it's about as good as you're going to get as far as that goes. And I tell you, Kevin has been a supporter since he got here. And, you know, some of the prizes that we've got, we've been working on this. I say we, I'm talking about Taylor's group, have been working on this with respect to scoring and prizes that you get. And Kevin continues to come up with new ways of like the volunteer program to help the community and to keep the incentive and the competitiveness in there. And I got to say, he's done a great job. So we appreciate that. That's a serious comment that I'm making. Okay.
Excellent. Well, Don, thank you so much for being on our show today. We appreciate it. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on Live with Kelly. Thank you.